Let's work on one that you don't see in judo, and you don't see in a lot of submission guys, but this is a good Sambo hold. This is good old-fashioned, Sambo. It's between the legs, chest to chest hold. Okay. Some will call it the Saturday night special, but I choose not to. I choose to take the high road, so you call it what you wish. All right. Basically, Derek is in between the legs and the guard here. Okay. And in Sambo, this is fine. Remember, in Sambo, we can hold any way we want, as long as there's a torso-to-torso contact, either front or back. So we're holding. In this case, it's pretty basic stuff. Just get down really low and hold on to the guy. Okay. And there you go. All right. Now, you can hold different ways. You can grab the bottom of the, or underneath like that, or grab his collar. If you pull a collar in, that keeps sucking him in tighter to you. Okay, that's the basic way I learned it. All right? And that's just the hold right there. And as a Sambo referee, I'll put my hand out, start time for 20 seconds if he holds them there. Now, what this is used for, here's a classic example of in Sambo, why we use it just for a time hold to get the submission, okay? Because that's his purpose here, is to park him there until you can get a submission. And most likely, he'll be working his way back up to get kind of a rolling or a straight knee bar from there. So when he starts doing that, Derek, why don't you take it from there, because that's where we're going to go with this.
Okay. So I'm really wedging in tight against his hips to take his mobility out of the way as I get the pin. So if I'm too far back out here, I'm inviting a lot of guard play, and I've given him too much space on his hips to wiggle around, okay? So you just kind of compress him a whole bunch, and then wedge your knees in on the side of his hips while you're holding, okay? And then when you're getting ready to actually perform the submission, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use one knee to pop up a little bit higher. That creates some space. This comes through.
Now, that's, basically what he's doing. Now, watch when he comes up, he's putting one shin right in his opponent's crotch, right? Steve's crotch. This is not pleasant for the bottom man. See how he pops up? And now he's going to put one shin up in that right there, okay? Now, basically, if you don't do the over, you can, from here you might do underhook, you can do straight knee bar. See that? And you roll back into the straight knee bar from there as well. But you want to pop up where you're no longer on your knees if you're Derek, if you're the guy holding. Okay, so you want to be able to, see how he's up now? Now he's kind of semi-squatting. Now that allows him, by being on his feet and toes, to jam that knee in there, and there is his avenue for getting the knee bar. Okay. You can also fade back and get an ankle lock, a lot of other stuff. This is a very common hold in Sambo, and it's a good way to pick up good points. And just ride him until you get feedback, and there's a heel hook. Oh, even better. Okay, there you can do all kind of cool stuff. But you see what you can do. That's the primary purpose. And again, going back to the concept of holding in Sambo, is to accrue points. You don't win a match by holding him down like you would in judo for holding, osaikomi. And in freestyle judo, we have the same philosophy. It's the idea to hold them down and then get the submission. So here's a classic case where I'm holding you for time, get my points. Now, I don't necessarily want to make you give up from the pressure of the hold. I just want to park you there until I make you quit. Sean Watson famously said, park him there until he quits. And this is a good example of that. Okay? So it's between the legs, chest hold. And you can see it's kind of a variation of the hip hold. There are a lot of things that they blend together. He might have, get him in half guard, Steve. Tie up his leg, tie him. Okay, and in Sambo, here we go. This is a hold down as well. Now in judo, no. But in Sambo, it certainly is. In freestyle judo, it's not a hold down. But in Sambo, Derek's holding him for time. It's kind of a passive way, in judo, it's kind of a passive escape, which means it's still an escape, but he's still holding him there. And now he can start, go to belly on knee or whatever he wants to do to get something in there, to get something, whatever it may be, come across. And see, there we go. So it's a kind of a variation of the between the legs. And so a leg scissors or half guard hold is a variation of this. And we still in Sambo, we still in our Shingitai form of training here at Welcome Mat, we consider this a hold down too. It may not be legal in judo, but it's still holding the man. The idea is still controlling his body, osaikomi, till Derek decides what he wants to do with Steve, and there you have it. So that's a variation of it. So he pops over, he pop right over, and the top issue hook, and it's often done. We see that a lot in freestyle judo. All right, so let's work on between the legs. It's an easy one to do. And, you know, we'll work on the basic hold, and then we'll also finish up with some other holds here in a moment. And we'll work on escapes a bit later. So, there we go.